Hello， 大家好 ，Welcome to 双语成语 Bilingual Chinese Idioms. I'm 徐老师
And I'm Lucy. Okay, so 老师, what idiom are we going to learn today?
This is our 10th episode. Can you remember the idiom related to 10 or 10?
Let me have a think. It must be 一暴十寒.
That's right, 一暴十寒. Should we crack on the pronunciation and character explanation first?
Yep, that's an excellent idea. Okay, so what does 一暴十寒 actually mean?
We know 一 is one and 暴 is to be under the sun. So 一暴 means to be under the sun for one day. 一暴.
So that's 一暴.
Good job. And 十寒, 十 is 10 and 寒 is freezing cold. So 十寒 is to be in the freezing cold for 10 days.
So that's 十寒. So altogether it's 一暴十寒.
Well done.
So we learned in our last episode that 1 and 9 can be used to show a large contrast, just like in 九牛一毛. So does 一 and 十 in this context also work in the same way?
Correct.
Okay, so what does 一暴十寒 actually mean? Judging by the literal meaning, it's about having something in the sun for one day and then in the cold for 10 days. But what does that actually mean when it's together?
This metaphor was originally used by Mencius.
Oh, you mean the child in episode 3, 孟母三迁, whose mother moved houses in order to give him the best education?
Well remembered. 一暴十寒 is used by Mencius to argue if we only make a sporadic effort, it won't get us anywhere. It's like having a plant exposed to the sun for one day and leaving it in the cold for 10 days.
That's a very clever metaphor.
Indeed. Are you ready to tell the story with me?
I am indeed. Let's go.
一暴十寒
One day in the sun, 10 days in the cold.
孟子是战国时期有名的思想家，他认为人性本善。
Mencius was a famous philosopher of the Warring States period who believed that it's in our human nature to be good.
有一次，他去齐国教齐王怎么做一个好领导。
On one occasion, he went to the kingdom of Qi to teach the king how to be a good leader.
但是他一离开，齐王又变得跟以前一样糊涂。
However, after he left, the king of Qi changed back to his old foolish ways.
有人对孟子说：“虽然你是个好老师，但是你还是改变不了齐王。”
Someone said to Mencius, "Although you're a great teacher, you cannot change the king of Qi."
孟子回答：“齐王又变笨了，也没什么好奇怪的。”
He replied, "There's nothing odd about seeing the king change back to his old foolish ways."
如果把一个植物放在太阳底下1天，再把它冷冻10天，这样植物能活得了吗？
If you place a plant under the sun for one day and then let it freeze for 10 days, can a plant really survive?
齐王就像一棵植物，而我就像太阳。
The king of Qi is like a plant, and I'm like the sun.
我们在一起的时间很短，我一离开他，邪恶的人马上包围他。
Our time together is short. When I leave him, evil people surround him at once.
他想做好事的想法，马上就抛到九霄云外了。我又能做什么呢？
His original thoughts about wanting to do something good go straight out of the window. So what else can I do?
这个故事告诉我们，想要做好一件事，需要恒心。
This story tells us that to do something well, we need perseverance. Okay, guys, that's the end of the story for today.
So Lucy, what do you think of the story?
I guess it makes sense and it relates to a lot of things, even learning Chinese now that I think about it. Like, if you just sit there for a whole evening and learn a few characters and then forget about it for a week or two, you're never going to learn anything. You know, this idiom kind of reminds me of one of the snake idioms that we learned in our Lunar New Year episode.
Oh, you mean 虎头蛇尾?
Yeah, that's the one. So, what kind of context can we use 一暴十寒?
This idiom tells people that if they want to succeed, they must continuously make an effort or they will fail. It emphasizes persistence and determination.
Do you think you could give us an example?
Just like with the example you just gave, when learning a foreign language, we need to practice it regularly. If we only practice it once a month, it's difficult to make progress. So we can say, 学习外语不能一曝十寒.
Ah, I see. So it's also kind of the same when we want to lose weight and get into shape. So you need to exercise regularly and eat in moderation. So we could say, 你不能一曝十寒.
This is a good example. So Lucy, how do you translate 一曝十寒 into English?
I would say fits and starts. So we could say that when studying a foreign language, it's not something you should do in fits and starts. You need to practice every day to make progress.
That is a very good translation. Shall we recap the episode?
That's an excellent idea. Okay, so 老师, what does 一曝十寒 actually mean?
一曝十寒 is used to describe a lack of persistence and is often used as a warning. 学外语不能一曝十寒. So Lucy, how do you translate 一曝十寒?
So I would say fits and starts.
Fabulous. 谢谢大家。
Thanks for listening, everyone.